toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
I am most eager to address the Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution to the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it is wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, antecedents, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Fen, in particular, is ever a steady hand who I trust to continue to support the Braves. To whom do we owe the pleasure? To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Telegia Adelegia and his monetarist ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn this situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Rabon needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Ul'dah, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Mumbrida's research is progressing as planned. So she tells me, though I am not familiar with the details. Urianger is poring over his tomes in the Walking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own way. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nonetheless, it is only a matter of time. Fen, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Elfino and his braves in theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your Steam status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riol's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret. Hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Ul'dah riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on that front, I shall inform you on our front. I shall inform you once in the usual fashion. Pleasure as always, Fen. You'll be escorting Commander to Ul'dah, I take it. Actually, I had another task in mind for him. If you would be so kind as to repeat your report for his benefit. Right then. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of the weapons that found their way into the refugees' hands ways back. So happens we caught wind of something promising. After a large purchase of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near Highbridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain secret. Brings to mind the merchant that what caught an arrow while talking to Fenn, don't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which wasn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, you might be prudent to intervene before they collect the goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Fen? Then it is settled. Yes. Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at Highbridge, and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you'd excuse me, I must leave for Ulda. I expect good tidings. Yeah? Hello, Ilbert. How's it going? Well, Fen, my scouts have been keeping a close eye on the Black Marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. Just didn't sync it and pay attention to the story, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that too. Aren't they planning on next patch or with Dawn Trail, like... I don't know if they're making... I think I read something about how they're taking item level out of the equation for some of the raids, like Crystal Tower, and just making it like level dependent or something. Like, as long as you're of a certain level, you can just do it. Something like that, I'm not sure. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence. But they nonetheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a man of your standing, and Commander Lavalier needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men have ever have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, 'tis only natural that he would come to rely on you without hesitation. Yeah, I think it's something that they had planned in Dawn Trail. Now then, we should look for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the clients do not escape. With me, Fen. I spy one man, but there are sure to be others. Have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past. Yeah, I love cats too. We'll slip past and catch the Black Marketeer unaware. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Good. Let us be all. Good luck, my friends. Hello, hired thug. Who goes there? An adventurer? That fool, you should have never come here. Oh, okay, well, sounds good. That's good. It's even better. Marketeer bodyguard head, huh? Huskies scream all the time. It's hilarious. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to try out new classes, so... I don't understand. What's all this about? Gah! Nice. Do you get a mount out of Palace of the Dead? I know that you can get a an outfit for your chocobo. It'd be nice if you could get like a double mount, like a two-seater mount out of it or something. That'd be nice. Oh, is it like the flying skull one? Oh, the black Pegasus. Interesting. Is that a one or a two-seater? Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I do definitely want to get a two-seater mount because I have like some friends and such who are like new. And so it'd be a lot easier just to get them around and do stuff. As you can see, this was a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he grew a hidden blade and lashed out. But before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this was the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard, and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Levalier will be most disappointed. Damn it all! Golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how, they slipped past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of Deathright sellswords. We suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the Immortal Flames or the Brass Blades. We're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we have secured the weapons. Yet, even that accomplishment is lacking, for the information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but. Well, little bird, you did what you could, but nothing more to have his incident forgotten. Ooh, Eureka Imminos. Yeah, Eureka Orthos is a new deep dungeon. I will join the first and hunt for the Deathright sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, ask that you deliver these weapons to Ul'dah in my stead. Entrust them to the thirds who you hase. He will take care of the rest. Yeah, the main difference between Eureka Orthos and Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High is that in Eureka Orthos, if you find any of that stuff interesting, then you might like it. The newer stuff's a little bit higher, is higher quality than the old stuff. Ah, oh wait, these guys, they're all Brooklyn. Ah, the warrior of light, ever reliable friend of the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Kurthus. What brings you this day? I give you weapons from a certain black marketeer. Courtesy of Captain Hilbert, you say. Understood. Once we've cataloged the contents, we'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Rio stated with confidence that there would be far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Rio is unfamiliar with the ways of Ul'dah merchant. Whoever has tried to present themselves is greater than they are. We should be thankful that this information was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. It's something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Gallians up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our order is to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the Cerulean processing plant. Time for the fort to end their keep, eh? Quite well, Aliane. For the freedom of all. I like the idea of Lalafel's having these, like, ultra deep accents. Where did he put that? Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution till we meet again. Fen, a word please if you... Please, a word if it please you. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time. Don't you worry. My mainstay so far has been Swaller and Gunbreaker. Thanks for indulging my... Few places are better than a market for privacy, I find. Oh, very nice. And all the hustling and bustling of Colomorants means conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. At the Burning Wall, when you were and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. It's not quite how the first told it. The Duskrites they were chasing. Latest word is that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before this fighting started and not after. Something's not right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in my bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boasts. Our information was reliable, goddammit. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books, or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started, believe me. The commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking Gil from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I've got a lot on my mind these days, and I appreciate you lending me an ear. Right then, let's get back to it. Then, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you're able. Thank you for coming so quickly, Fen. We've got a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most, determined lady by all indications. Our guest is with the antecedents in the solar at present. Let us not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? Then.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the dragon star is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragon Star portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Sorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept? We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Forgive me if I state aught which you already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Ariange stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius von Belzar attempted to seize control of Mordona. So massive was his force that all thought his victory was a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgard Somer, legendary guardian at Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake, and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airship overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's cerulean engines failed and tumbled into the lake below. Yet this victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into a desolate wasteland that it is today, draining the lake of its waters, crystallizing aether from mulms around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at its center, a constant reminder of the fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Emric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friends. We know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done, and precious little time to do it. Isn't Legacy of Alec in the Crystal Tower where we meet that one Makote? Who really like sandwiches and tacos and stuff? You're in luck, sir. I was just about to send word to Revenant's Toll about the Garleans. Of late I've seen small airships, likely from Castrum Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake, though I cannot say for certain at this distance. I believe they may be salvaging something from the wreckage. The Castrum supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wager they are desperately in need of spare parts and other equipment. So it's true, then. These Guardians honestly fear that the war might rise again. Well, from here, that seems rather unlikely. But if it's assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures that inhabit the wreckage, and the aforementioned Garleans who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I'd advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrius, and climb to the top. It's the only viable approach, I'd say. The keeper of the lake. Now accessible. Now accessible. Alright, let's queue for this one then. I'd rather just do it with other players. All things considered. Let's clear that and go. Hey! Healer Q is great. See, this is why I like Healer Q. And this is why my Gunbreaker's also leveled up. If I just want to, like, if I'm doing exercises, because I do, like, 700 squats a night, if I want to just, like, if I'm doing squats or something, and I'm like, alright, I set 100, I need my legs to calm down, and my cardiovascular system to catch up. Like, alright, sounds good, I'm gonna run a dungeon. Healer and tank queue is like, so that's always nice. Oh no! Let's do this.